guys, what's up, what's going on? It's your Friday guy Cole and I'm back for another video. So this week's topic is feeling better within. First of all, just excuse what I'm wearing, I've just come from work, so yeah, I'm not dressing up for a video, just to throw that out there. But yeah, so feeling better within. So yeah, just talking about sort of, what each and every one of us have done to, accept ourselves and obviously feel better within. So within my journey, personally, I see it as an ongoing journey. I see it as an ongoing process. Obviously, compared to when I first came out, I'm just miles ahead of how I used to feel about myself and how much I accepted myself as a person and accepted my body and my physical self and whatnot. That's it. It is a massive sort of progression, and I guess the way that it's done, it's not like it's it can be a conscious effort, of course, but for me personally, once I'd sort of come out and started living as male, I came into myself. It was very much of a natural progression for me. So if you're a trans individual and you're looking to accept yourself, the first thing that you've done already to accept yourself, you may not even realize it, is by accepting the fact that you're trans. By putting yourself under the trans umbrella, that is the beginning of accepting yourself. You've admitted to yourself that you're transgender, and you're beginning to accept the fact that that is a part of your identity. Obviously it's not the whole of your identity. There's many other things, but that is a very big part of your identity. And so to even define yourself as even a little bit trans, you are beginning to accept yourself. And so that's what I mean by, it's kind of a conscious effort, but it's kind of not, because, you've worked all these years to get your head around this and how you feel and how you feel in yourself. And then finally thought, okay, I'm trans. You may not have even come out yet, but you still thought, okay, I'm transgender, whatever that may mean to you. And so that's, as I say, that's the first stepping stone. So accepting yourself, changing your name, coming out, etc., etc., every single sort of milestone, that then makes you accept yourself even more, because you become more and more comfortable within your identity, more and more just accepting. There's no other way of putting it, I guess. And so in a way it's conscious, because you're the one that's getting yourself out there. You're the one that's telling people that you're trans. You're the one that's changing your name, getting the hormones, etc., if you want them, for that matter. But then the actual accepting yourself part comes sort of, in my experience, subconsciously. Because you're doing all of that, your mind is just becoming more and more comfortable and more just like, I don't care what anyone thinks about myself, because I'm taking these steps to live truly for myself, just for me. And that is the purest form of self-love, really, in my opinion, when it comes to trans individuals. So, as I say, in that sense, that is very much a conscious/subconscious kind of way of beginning to accept yourself. Now, thinking about consciously accepting yourself, taking the sort of the literal steps of doing it, I guess I may have mentioned this in a previous video. I can't remember if it was on my channel or on this channel, but I was giving advice to a friend fairly recently, and one of the things that I mentioned was that your physical self, obviously, if you're trans and you experience dysphoria that's physical, then of course you have an issue with whatever part of your body it is, or all of it for that matter. And so one of the things to do would be to look at yourself in the mirror, and even though it may be hard to look at yourself in the mirror, and I mean without clothes, focus on the parts that society is actually going to see. So if you look at your face, if you look at your, however you're built as a person, so say for example you're a trans man, and you haven't started testosterone, look at yourself in the mirror and have a look at your face and see the masculine sides of it. See if your jaw is cut, see if your shoulders are slightly broader, see if you've got a bit of an Adam's apple. There's many different things that you can spot out in yourself which would make society define you as male. So it's a thing of looking at yourself through society's eyes and not looking at yourself through your eyes, which is picking out every single thing that's an insecurity to you, and so it's becoming a lot bigger than it actually is, because society isn't seeing it. You've got clothes on, and so you just need to remember that society is seeing you as the gender that you're defining as in yourself. Whatever gender that is on the spectrum, even if it's not a gender at all, it's whatever way that you've molded yourself, whether you've cut your hair, grown your hair, coloured in your peach fuzz with mascara, whether you've shaved any facial hair that you have, any sort of changes that you've made to define as the gender that you feel that you are, that's what society's seeing. It's not seeing the hips or whatever else, or the flat chest or the big chest or whatever it is that you're focusing on. So as I say, just try and see yourself through the eyes that society is, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what they're seeing. And by doing that, you kind of, in a sense, I know it's kind of strange to understand, but you kind of morph in the mirror. Like you begin to see the person that you're medically transitioning towards. You know, you start to see, even if it may be a young version or a young looking version or a you know, quite scared version, whatever it may be, you're still seeing that person inside. And you know, provided you get your hormones, if that's what you're looking for, then you'll begin to see that person more and more. And so it is a journey. It is very much a journey. And like Kamari said, meditation is very, very good for just grounding yourself, and very good for just, you know, bringing your mind back home, rather than having all these thoughts and worrying in your head. And you know, your mind can escape, and your mind can go off and go to all these different anxieties, conclusions, you know, so many different things. It works so fast, but meditation is a really, really good tool, just to slow it down a bit, and just to live in the moment, and just to control your thoughts and control how you feel a little more. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for this week for you guys. So I hope that was informative for you. I hope that helped a little. And yes, I'll see you guys next week, alright?